Привет! That's how you say hello in Russian, and that's something that I learned recently because I decided to get bored. We don't allow ourselves to be bored anymore. We are so consumed by media, by distracting ourselves, by numbing ourselves to the world with social media, television, movies, drugs, anything that will distract us from the mundane mumbo jumbo of daily life. My name is Anna, I'm a working artist, and today we are going to be talking about how boredom is stifling your creativity. And this channel is centered around art, mental health, healing from trauma, among other things. If any of this sounds like something that you're interested in, feel free to hit the subscribe button. If you haven't realized it yet, the reason why you are having a creative block, or one of the reasons why you may be having a creative block, is that you're not allowing yourself to do nothing. You're not allowing yourself to be bored. Remember when you were a little kid and you weren't allowed yet to have social media or a phone or any kind of tablet or anything in between? I'm 29, so when I was a little kid, we didn't really have a whole lot of technology to begin with. So what did we do when we were on a long car ride? When the parents decided that they wanted to listen to talk radio, we would sit in the car and we would look out the window and we would ruminate. Our imaginations would go wild, especially on a rainy day. My favorite thing was to watch the water droplets come down the car window, and I would watch them race, and I'd have little stories as to why the water droplets are in the race to begin with. Looking back on this now, I realize it's simply because of the fact that my brain was bored and it had nothing else to do. And today is absolutely no different. You still have the same brain and the same soul that you had when you were a little kid. Your just body is aged a little bit more. Now, I know that a majority of distraction for me personally comes from social media. And I wouldn't be too surprised if the person watching this also has the same struggle. And as a creative, outside of consuming social media, we also may feel the need to post to social media in pursuit of our artistic talents. Everyone wants to be noticed, everyone wants to be included and part of a community. And sure, maybe you create, maybe you have a channel that's focused around posting your drawings, or you are updating people on the book that you're writing. And I think that that's absolutely fantastic. But if you have that heaviness within you and you are struggling in order to continue to produce said content, it's not like I have any personal experience with this. So what is it that you need to do? You need to put it all down and be alone with yourself. But Anna, I love scrolling through social media. I love spending my life on my phone. I just have to watch the next episode that comes out. And what if I don't see what's happening on the news? Slow down there. I'm trying to hypnotize you. What you're doing is finding yourself in an identity loss. I have come to learn personally that the things that we spend our time doing are what we identify with. So while you may be scrolling through your favorite artists' social media pages and consuming their art, you're not an artist until you actually create art. You're not a writer until you actually write something. When we waste time putting our identity into anything other than the specific things that we know we want and need to do to grow us, we are losing our identity. As a creative person, you need freedom in order to step into that creative space. And that doesn't mean just freedom with your time. That also means freedom in your mind. You might be saying, well, I don't even have freedom with my time. I bet your screen time says otherwise. Allow me to tell you a story. I once created beautiful paintings and I posted them on my Instagram, and I made funny skit videos for my TikToks. I took aesthetic pictures I posted at the right time, 6 o'clock on certain nights. I used the right hashtags. I searched what's going to perform well in the algorithm. And while yes, I was creating, the lines slowly started to blur between performing and actually creating. I decided to delete my social media apps. I didn't delete my pages because I do plan to eventually go back to social media. But a few months ago, I realized that all of the work that I was doing, and not even just putting in the work to try to build something on social media apps. It was also the fact that I always had my phone in my hand with this pursuit in mind. And it would often lead me to be sitting and scrolling, consuming content, and wasting hours of my life that I could have been using to actually build something tangible for myself. I kind of got sick of wasting my time, and I would sit in my mind for hours thinking about all this beautiful artwork that I wanted to create. Ideas were like wildfire. I was definitely very inspired, and I guess you could say I was even motivated to do it. However, I ended up putting a lot of my identity into my time spent online. Things changed from what is inspiring and what can I create for the world to what performs well. And I simply could not have that. I woke up and I realized it really is that damn phone. I didn't want to have my phone in my creative space anymore, recording bullshit that I wasn't actually really finishing. And of course, like I said, then the consumption just due to having my phone in my hand all the time and being tempted was just this wildfire of me not getting my shit done. So I deleted my apps, and these past several months, I have been working quietly behind the scenes to actually build my career. And it was hard at first, deleting my social media apps, because I farm a lot of dopamine from them, and I'm not going to lie about that. I think that it's pretty obvious for a lot of us. But so badly, I wanted my creativity to come natural to me. And at one point, I realized that simply was not happening. I had to get bored. I had to declutter the thing in my life that was causing me to not get to the next step. What happens is our brains want to have fun. We just want to have fun. We are beings that enjoy leisure, and we're going to find fun in the quickest, most convenient way possible. And luckily, in today's society, we have the perfect poison to do that, the little device in our hands. Outside of that, of course, there's things like fast food, sex, drugs, and alcohol. And sometimes people even chase drama in order to get this dopamine high. And when you remove these things from your life, you're going to be bored. And when our brains are bored and they have nothing to do, they look for things to do. They look for something to stimulate it, something to take it off of the nothingness. And so for me, when the apps were gone and I had literally nothing else to do, I said, well, I think I'm just gonna go paint. And of course I can't paint every single hour of every single day that I'm bored. My brain's gonna get a little tired out. So I also decided to start learning Russian. But I can only paint and also learn Russian for so long before my brain's going to want to do something else. And so when I get tired of learning Russian, I read books. And in the last month, I've read 3 books, which is more books in such a short time span than I have read in this whole past year. And it was only through boredom that I was allowed that opportunity. So if you're creative watching this, allow yourself to be bored. It's gonna suck a little bit at first, but like I said, your brain's gonna wanna find something to occupy your time. I just encourage you that the thing that occupies your time is a healthy thing. And if you're someone that's just getting started like me, pursuing their career full-time in art, and you're worried about your social media not performing well, your persona not taking off as fast as you were thinking that it might or hoping that it would, I just want to remind you that art speaks for itself. Art existed for millennia before social media came to be. It's better to put your head down, get your work done, expand your mind, expand your growth in order for you to catapult yourself to that success than it is to try to distract yourself from the boredom that will eventually unleash that inner creativity that you're stifling. Boredom brings us back to our art, and our art brings us back to ourselves. So think about that for a bit. And if you're deciding after this video that boredom is something that you want to pursue, come back to this video and let me know in the comments how it's going for you. You might just inspire somebody else to do the same thing. Bored army assemble! Thank you so much for watching today. If you enjoyed this video, please like, comment, and subscribe. And I will be seeing you again very soon in the next video. This channel is about art, mental health, healing from trauma, and I really would love to just hear from people in the community, what their thoughts are on life, anything that you want to share. You want a friend, you want to get something off of your chest, leave it in the comments. Can't wait to hear from you. All right, I will see you super soon, YouTube. Have a good day. Bye.